Does the idea of selling yourself and your work make you feel a bit cringy and uncomfortable? If you're someone who started a business based on what you love to do, something that doesn't feel like work at all to you, and you'd even do for free if that was an option, you may be realizing that getting clients and selling yourself is a whole different thing. Being uncomfortable selling yourself and your work is holding you back. It doesn't make sense at first, because shouldn't it be easy to talk about something you're excited about? It actually makes perfect sense, and it's a problem for a lot of business owners and even the executives that I work with. You're stuck because you want a business that lets you do what you authentically love to do, but you're not finding as much success as you'd like because selling yourself makes you feel inauthentic. If you have a business that you love, but you find it unbearably awkward to sell yourself, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you a simple way to talk about yourself and your work that eliminates all of the awkwardness and makes it easy to just chat naturally. And I want to assure you that there are no cringy scripts to memorize and no manipulative tactics involved here. This is a one-of-a-kind, unique to you solution that will not only make you feel at ease connecting with your ideal clients, but also positions you as the go-to solution for their struggles. On top of that, what I'm going to show you today will allow you to get crystal clear about what you do. By the end of this video, you'll know how to succinctly express how you serve your client and easily tell them what makes your solution different from your competitors. When you stop feeling cringy and you're able to just relax into the conversation, you'll be able to attract and connect and build genuine trust with your ideal client. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 3-sentence framework that I developed to help my private coaching clients talk about themselves and their work so naturally that they forget they're selling. I call it the ACE framework because it's like having an ace up your sleeve. Now, I'm not a gambler and I am definitely against cheating, but I understand this means that you have a winner on hand anytime you need it, and that's what this is. The best thing about the ACE framework is that it can be used in every aspect of your business where you need to sell yourself and your work. Making a website, creating content, and even writing sales emails will be easier and come across as the real you. First, before we begin, I have to show you a mistake that you may be making that you need to stop doing so that you can use the ACE framework to sell without selling. One of the ways business owners sometimes try to deal with the discomfort of talking about themselves is by coming up with a unique name for what they do. You may think it makes you memorable to be the wellness fairy godmother or the wizard of widgets or the brain architect. Maybe you think it will make people curious and that they'll ask you questions about what you do, and that might make it easier for you to talk about yourself. But when you create an unconventional name for what you do, it's the same as wearing a mask. Your ideal client can't see you clearly. They have to put in extra effort to sort out what you're saying about yourself. It's confusing and kind of annoying, especially because you're asking them to make the extra effort to look behind your mask to see who you really are and to figure out what you do. What you're actually doing is hiding. And you're asking them to do work before they even know if what you do might be useful for them. And most of the time, people won't bother. So a unique name for what you do is actually a barrier to creating connection. But you still need to capture your ideal client's attention so you can have the opportunity to make a genuine connection. So how do you do that? Rather than putting on a mask, a better way is to talk about a subject they will love talking about. Describing their struggles and showing that you understand what they experience will attract and be compelling to your ideal client. The first part of the ACE framework is your authority statement. To create your own, simply describe what is needed, missing, or wrong about the options your ideal client is suffering with. The good news is that you very likely already have this information in your head. You just need to tell your truth in plain language. Here's a tip. No need to sound like an expert here. Take the pressure off yourself. Do not use industry jargon and big technical words here. Selling without selling means you speak to people genuinely, the way you normally might speak to a friend. And here's a bonus tip. Preface what you think is needed, missing, or wrong with what I call a pre-forgiveness clause. This lets your ideal client know that they're not alone, and hearing the pre-forgiveness clause reduces any shame they might have around the problem. Shame about having problems and challenges can keep people stuck, and you want to make it easy for your ideal client to hear that you have a really good solution for them. So I'm going to give you some real examples of the pre-forgiveness clause and the authority statement together so you can see how it works and copy the format and create your own. For instance, in my business, I could say, too many business owners struggle to be successful because they find it unbearably awkward to talk about themselves and their work. If you were, let's say, a copywriter for veterinarians, you might say, often people become vets because they love animals, but their business struggles because they don't know how to write content copy that builds trust with potential new clients. If you had a line of toxic-free candles, you might say, for too long, people have been trying to create coziness at home by burning candles that actually fill their home with toxic chemicals. But how do you move the conversation toward your solution without seeming pushy and without wrecking the nice, non-salesy connection you've just made? The answer lies in becoming a superhero. Wouldn't it be nice if you had your own personal Superman or Wonder Woman to come in and solve everything? Someone who can see the whole picture and knows what's possible for you and knows how to quickly fix the mess you've gotten yourself into. We're all secretly wishing for a solution like this, and your ideal client is too. So this is where you come in and show your ideal client that you are a champion for what they want and need. The C in the ACE method is the champion statement. To do this, you simply need to state what you believe your ideal client deserves instead of what they're currently experiencing. This not only increases your authority, but it also builds real trust with your ideal client. Showing them the experience that you know is possible for them positions you and ultimately your solution as the answer they've been looking for. To implement this, think about what your ideal client wishes to experience and just describe that to them. For instance, in my business, I would say, I believe business owners deserve to feel relaxed and confident talking about the work they love to do. Our copywriter for veterinarians might say, vets should be able to focus on the animals they love instead of learning to write website copy. And the non-toxic candle maker might say, people deserve to feel cozy and be healthy and safe in their homes. Now that you have established that you are an authority and their champion, you really are ready to introduce your solution, but you're going to do it in a way that isn't selling. The third sentence of the ACE framework explains how you think about their problem and sweeps your ideal client right along with you, rather than pushing or selling. I literally want you to be like a broom here, catching the little bits of hesitation that might be lingering in their head and sweeping them neatly into your solution. To do this, think about what their ultimate goal experience is and use details from that in your explanation sentence. For example, in my coaching business, I might say, so I created a method that lets you talk about yourself and your work naturally, so you can stop feeling awkward and just be yourself, sharing what's true for you, so you can find more success through genuine connections with clients who love your work. The copywriter for veterinarians might say, so I take the roadblock of writing out of the way for vets by creating copy that reads like my clients wrote it, to make it easier to market and promote their work without taking time away from the work with animals that they love to do. And our non-toxic candle maker might say, so I created candles that are not only harm-free and smell great, but they contain essential oils that support health and well-being. Sharing about your work in this way is more connective than trying to sell, which makes it more effective at helping your ideal clients see that you have the solution to their problems. Most importantly, it just feels better. You don't have to memorize lines or try to push or persuade anyone. You don't need to feel awkward when you're just sharing your truth. You're simply being an authority about what is needed, missing, or wrong, championing what you think they deserve instead, and explaining the better solution that you offer. Thinking through this structure ahead of time helps you get clear about what you are actually offering. I highly recommend you do this because clarity will only add to your sense of ease and confidence and your ability to speak naturally. Just because you've thought about what you want to say ahead of time does not make what you end up saying any less genuine. It just makes it super easy to share, which is the essence of selling without selling. If you found this video interesting, YouTube thinks you'll like this next video, so take a look and I'll see you over there.